Well, I think this pretty much closes the book on its Me Too. They're tuning in for Me Too. Oh, the WNBA's not going to like that. Oh, those Angel Reese trolls online that are trying to come for me and other YouTube channels, y'all aren't going to like this. Good. Too bad.
Angel Reese is losing it because Caitlin Clark has single-handedly turned WNBA ticket prices into luxury items. We're talking nosebleed seats going for rent money. It's like she's draining threes from the space station while fans are taking out small business loans for courtside views. Is she even human? Or is she the result of a sports experiment where LeBron, Steph, and Taylor Swift were somehow fused into one unstoppable supernova? All of this pandemonium, triggered by Caitlin Clark's return from injury. What happened to Me Too?
Don't hate the player, hate the game she got, because she's really talented, especially for being Falangi, She's like the Stephen Curry of WNBA with the threes and stuff. Like, proven fact is, they had a game on June 7th scheduled. It was going to be Angel Reese's team, which plays for Chicago. And then for Caitlin Clark's team, they were supposed to go up there playing Chicago on June 7th. First, the ticket sales were at $76 a ticket. Then after they found out Caitlin Clark's not playing that game, she got injured, sales dropped to $25 a ticket.
But Clark isn't just dishing out assists. She's rewriting the laws of supply and demand. She's got fans emptying wallets, sports media in a frenzy, and league execs sprinting to print more merch. The WNBA is getting carried, and they're too busy being salty to say thanks. It's simple. There was the WNBA before Clark, and now there's the era of Clarkonomics. Before her, tickets were cheaper than a gas station hot dog. Now, they're priced like they include dinner with Oprah. If you support Caitlin, comment baby goat over baby giraffe down below. Let's go.
I mean, it's more statistical proof, data, to confirm exactly what we've been saying, that Caitlin Clark is driving this whole ship, this whole bus. She's driving it. Everybody else, get in the back. Get in the back.
Meanwhile, in a subplot that could be its own sitcom, Angel Reese is out here combusting under the bright lights. You'd think more fans meant more attention and, hey, maybe more endorsement deals. But Angel seems to be treating Caitlin's success like it's a hostile takeover of her group chat. Clark's not just scoring buckets, she's making cash registers sing. And Reese? She's over there throwing elbows like it's an episode of Real Housewives, WNBA edition.
Hi, Angel. David Moses with the Bigs Media. Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you two. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next
getting...
question. Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you.
This isn't just a hot streak. Caitlin Clark has become atmospheric. She doesn't even have to play to impact the game. TV ratings spike when her name is mentioned. Merch flies off the shelves when she walks past a camera. Even the ushers are acting jumpy like they're working a Beyoncé concert. And yet, instead of soaking in this tsunami of attention, some players look like they'd rather guard a full-court press in flip-flops than admit she's good for business.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't gonna be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA still doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs. You can argue all you want if she's the best player in the league, but you absolutely cannot argue if she's the most important, because she is. She is more valuable than all the other players combined, and that is just a fact.
You'd expect players to welcome the new wave. Roll out the red carpet for the one person making people care, right? But nah. Some of them look like Caitlin walked in and repoed their endorsement checks. The vibe is less teamwork makes the dream work, and more who let her sit at our lunch table.
WNBA is now suffering a major injury as Caitlin Clark is going to be out for 2 weeks with a quad injury. And the reason we're bringing this up specifically is the Clarkonomics effect to this. Obviously, players miss time all the time, but the Sky and the Fever were supposed to play in Chicago in about a week on June 7th. The opening ticket price was $86 because you have the Angel Reese vs. Caitlin Clark showdown that is now box office. Yeah, those tickets are now down to $25. Down to $25 after the injury announcement. and it's supposed to take place in the Bulls Arena, the United Center, as opposed to the normal Wintrust Arena. That's about a 12,000 seat difference, give or take. So,
And the plot twist? Clark could be resting her legs, sipping water, and the arena's still packed. It's like people came just to witness a possible cameo. Who else gets that level of hype? Certainly not the athletes who spend more time dropping motivational Instagram captions than points. Yes, we respect the vets. But we also respect the 2.5 million people tuning in to see Caitlin Clark get triple-teamed at the logo. Instead of riding the wave, a few are trying to unplug the surfboard. There's this odd jealousy, like Clark stole something that was never theirs to begin with. Newsflash, Clark isn't your rival. She's the rocket, but you're out here trying to cut the fuel line.
Now, fans that either sold their tickets or whatever, all of a sudden an emphasis is starting to get thrown onto the tickets where people believe she will be playing. And that's starting to make the ticket prices go up, up, and up.
Outwardly, it's handshakes and high fives. Beneath that, eye rolls, hard fouls, and whispers about her needing to earn it. Earn it? Sis, she's the only reason your team's next game is on ABC instead of public access. And let's be real, Caitlin isn't exactly begging for VIP treatment. She's just out here launching logo bombs like her shooting hands blessed by NASA. Meanwhile, others are busy acting like they're guarding the gate to basketball heaven.
It's a support system. That shouldn't change. I think, Caitlin knows that she has the ears and eyes in the locker room and the support that she has behind, whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there and to really take her time and make sure that she's, well enough to be who she needs to be for us, because I want the 100% Caitlin, so I'll take it.
And when Clark so much as touches the ball, the media machine kicks into overdrive. It's like ESPN merged with National Geographic to document her every move in high-def slow-mo. Analysts lose their minds. TikTok fills with debates about zone defense, and yet, we get salty sound bites about her not proving herself. Girl, she's proven more in 1 month than some teams have in an entire franchise existence. Even when she's inactive, Caitlin Clark is the headline. Scalpers are charging Coachella prices outside arenas just in case she might lace up. Fans are foaming at the mouth for a glimpse. And all the while, some players are tweeting like she personally canceled their shoe deal. The resistance is strong, but it's also wildly misplaced. She's a sophomore, sure, but one that could probably sell more tickets than your last playoff run, combined.
Turns out she's human after all, Dan. She's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year, she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started, and, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden, she got a little rest and comes back, gets a little banged up. I heard you talking about it earlier, and it's going to be fascinating to me, Ricky. I've been to Fever games, and the one thing you notice, and this is more so than even when Peyton Manning was the quarterback of the Colts.
The denial here is Olympic level. The WNBA has always had talent. No one's denying that. Diana Taurasi could probably elbow a wall and the wall would send her flowers. But Clark has tapped into something deeper. It's cultural. It's viral. It's lightning in a Gatorade bottle. You can't coach that. You can't clone that. And you definitely can't out-meme that. Nobody's pretending she's perfect. She has turnovers. She takes hits. Sometimes the shot doesn't fall, but even her misses are newsworthy. She scratches her head and 5 blogs wonder if she's concussed. That's what star power looks like. Not because she begged for it, but because she's earned every ounce. She's not just playing the game, she's shaping its future.
One word to describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing.
Yes.
A beast. She is the truth.
If the league had any sense, they'd be bottling her energy and selling it like WNBA branded Red Bull. Instead, we get locker room jabs, cold shoulders, and elbows sharper than Angel Reese's Instagram shade. Clark's not here to go through a pledge process. She's here to transform the league from niche to necessary. And some players are still acting like it's a freshman hazing ritual. The WNBA isn't a clubhouse, it's a business. And right now, Caitlin Clark is its best-selling product, most watched show, and top trending topic rolled into one. Angel Reese can pout all she wants, But while she's practicing post-game shade, Clark is busy rewriting the league's future. And if the rest of them don't catch up soon, they'll be left watching her highlights from home. Again.
And I mean, she's the truth, and she was a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Knock down the three-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty. So sometimes she look like she's coming off for a three-point shot, and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass. She can shoot. Man, she is a complete basketball player.
And here's where the real drama unfolds. Even fans who don't typically follow the WNBA are starting to notice the disparity in how Caitlin Clark is treated. Is this the standard for welcoming the player who's drawing millions of eyes to the sport? Apparently so. If you're still nursing wounds from being overlooked for a Nike deal, it's unfortunate because this should have been the easiest slam dunk in league history. Leverage the newfound attention to highlight all players, boost jersey sales, secure larger TV contracts, and propel the game forward. Instead, half the league is acting like Clark's success is an unwelcome intrusion rather than a revolutionary shift. Every time she steps onto the court, or even when she doesn't, the league garners more attention. Yet, some players seem more invested in gatekeeping than in building a lasting legacy, which is a shame because this could be a golden era if egos weren't playing defense against progress. Sure, Caitlin Clark is just a sophomore, but she's already commanding the ball, the spotlight, media coverage, and a market influence worth billions swirling around her like a well-executed pick and roll. Whether she's sinking logo threes or casually sipping Gatorade on the bench, the Caitlin Clark effect is undeniable, and the league can either embrace it or be left trailing in her wake.
How crazy was this season versus the seasons past?
Our jersey sales were up 1,193%. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and we're thrilled about it. But it brought visibility to the whole team of the Fever and to the WNBA. But if we just want to keep it in Indiana, we look at ticket sales sold out every night, over 17,000 fans in our games at home. When Caitlin announced that she was coming out into the draft on a Thursday afternoon, from that time to Sunday night, we had over 6,000 phone calls, people wanting to buy season tickets. But even something as simple as our terrific mascot, Freddie Fever, his appearance requests went up 150% this season. So you talk about the Fever, the team, which is what we've been working on.
Let's be honest, when the crowd roars louder during warm-ups than at tip-off, you're witnessing more than a game. You're witnessing a paradigm shift. Clark didn't break the WNBA. She illuminated its potential. Apparently, that's a tough pill to swallow for those who believed their agent was the sole key to influence. Just when you thought the situation couldn't get more absurd, enter Cathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, strutting around as if she personally catapulted the league into mainstream prominence. She's delivering PowerPoint presentations titled How I Saved the WNBA, treating Caitlin Clark like an intern responsible for managing Gatorade logistics. Engelbert didn't drop 40 points on South Carolina in the Final Four. She didn't set college viewership records, ignite a national merchandise frenzy, or make men who've never watched women's sports suddenly understand a dribble handoff. Yet here she is, presenting herself as a marketing wizard who conjured all this with a press release and a vision board. Ma'am, the Caitlin Clark effect isn't a team-building exercise. It's a cultural earthquake, and you're fortunate to be clinging to the rim as it shakes.
Shame on you! Cathy Engelbert pens this beautiful article written by Cathy, about Cathy, for Cathy, explaining why she is solely responsible for the boom of the WNBA. Folks, I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. The commissioner of the WNBA on transferring the league ahead of a breakout season. And what was that plan that Cathy Engelbert put in place? Working in partnership with my new WNBA team members, NBA colleagues, and WNBA owners, we developed a strategy with 3 pillars. The league would think player first.
To truly test this theory, remove Caitlin Clark from the equation. Poof, gone. Suddenly, the once thunderous crowd resembles a high school reunion at a silent disco. ESPN coverage reverts to being buried beneath cornhole championships and 2012 bowling reruns. Ratings? Let's just say they're limboing under basement levels. But Cathy's on a tour. Every microphone she encounters becomes an opportunity to drop the phrase strategic growth initiatives, as if she's Steve Jobs unveiling the WNBA iPhone. Sure, Kathy, because the nation spontaneously developed an interest in Indiana Fever games due to your Q2 marketing projections. Nothing screams mainstream appeal like a sudden urge to watch teams that, 2 seasons ago, struggled to fill the second row at a bake sale. She's treating Caitlyn like a background dancer in the Kathy Saves the WNBA tour.
Yes, man, you guys heard me correctly. None other than Kathy Engelbert is singing a different tune this season about Caitlin Clark. Now, we know last year she was talking about all of the other rookies being included in this, making a difference, being able to help contribute to the Big Bang of the WNBA. This time around, she's owing it all to Caitlin Clark. Me personally, I told y'all this at the beginning of the month. The chickens was coming home to roost for the WNBA, because I'm telling you right now, there has been a lot of spooky things going on and people is tired of it.
Meanwhile, we all know the entire production would still be rehearsing in a YMCA gym, if not for Clark's gravitational pull, turning the whole operation into a national obsession. But instead of unveiling a statue, Kathy's delivering speeches about how we've worked really hard behind the scenes for this growth. Behind the scenes? The only thing behind the scenes is the reality check waiting to tackle you if Caitlyn takes a week off. Let's be real. If Clark decided tomorrow she was done, the league would backslide faster than a player on a buttered floor. The truth is, one player dragged this entire organization into prime time, and now Kathy's attempting to rebrand it as a group project. This isn't Kathy's master plan. This is Caitlyn's highlight reel, and the league is merely fortunate to be along for the ride, pretending to be in the driver's seat. At this point, if the WNBA had any sense, they'd be bubble wrapping Caitlin Clark between games and hiring Secret Service to guard her like she's carrying the nuclear codes. Forget load management. This is legacy management. She's not just a player, she's the main event, the halftime show, and the entire ad campaign rolled into one. Yet every game, she's being clobbered like she walked into a clearance sale with a full cart. She's drawing more fouls than a chicken nugget in a vegan cafe. And the refs are standing there like, play on, play on. What are we playing, Mad Max Fury Road?
But Kathy Engelbert, in her naivete or in her delusion, she takes credit for it. Instead of saying it's because of Caitlin Clark, instead of saying it's because of the person from Iowa, instead of saying it was because of her, Kathy says, oh, it's all me. My strategy, my plan, my 3 pillars. In this entire article, Kathy Engelbert mentions Caitlin Clark's name 2, maybe 3 times. Angel Reese's name once. Cameron Briggs' name once. Let's get right into it, because this article, from start to finish, is disgusting.
Here's a novel idea. Protect the investment. Because Caitlin Clark isn't merely playing basketball, she's orchestrating an economic revival. She's the reason you suddenly need to purchase tickets on resale apps that resemble Beyoncé's scalpers. She's the reason media outlets are treating the WNBA like a legitimate sports league rather than a niche passion project sandwiched between horse racing and cornhole. You'd think the league would be on high alert, ensuring their golden ticket isn't limping into press conferences with ice packs stapled to her soul. Instead, it's as if they're testing how much physical abuse she can endure before transforming into a walking insurance claim. This is your LeBron, your Serena, your Steph Curry moment. And rather than constructing the Caitlin Clark cinematic universe, they're allowing her to be tackled as if she stumbled into an NFL scrimmage. Meanwhile, the very players who should be expressing gratitude for their suddenly inflated paychecks are throwing elbows like it's 1992 Detroit Pistons cosplay night. She doesn't need a reality check. She needs a security detail and a highlight montage aired before every game with a do not touch label slapped across the screen. Because let's face it, without her, this season would have the excitement level of a lukewarm decaf latte. So give her the recognition she deserves. Shower her with it. Name an award after her, grant her a personalized rulebook, construct a hologram statue mid-season. Whatever it takes. Because Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she showed out. And it's high time the WNBA treated her accordingly. If you support Caitlin, comment Baby Goat over Baby Giraffe down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.